Mrs. Titilayo Omowunmi Akinmoyo-Kaaku, FTA, had her primary and secondary school education in Lagos State. Being a lover of the arts and due to the stint in school, she found her way first onto the stage, first onto the stage of Ekanka, the path of spiritual freedom, where she thrilled the audience, and this led her to her journey into the world of theater, where her theater practice began professionally, first as a dancer with Black Marbles Dance Troupe led by Muyiwa Oshinaike, 1993 through 1997, after which she joined Felix Okolo's Temple production between 1997 and 1998. It was during this period that she joined the National Association of Nigerian Theatre Arts Practitioners, NANTAP, in 1993. She holds two degrees from the University of Port Harcourt, Rivers State, certificate in theater arts and Bachelor's of Arts degree, BA, also from the University of Lagos, Masters of Arts degree, MA in 2012. This distinguished thespian today is a Fellow of Theater Arts, the highest honor bestowed on practitioners. Titilayo has worked on various projects from stage, radio, television, and the big screen. She has worked in various capacities, realizing that hands-on experience is the best. She has worked in the arts department, continuity, management, and directing. She has produced experimental films, done some acting, and has worked alongside notable names in the industry. Some credits: co-producer, production manager of Africa, Nigeria's first CG movie, Smokes and Mirrors, Ehis Ojesobolo, 2008. She produced two films to her credits, Timo and Rosebleed. Rosebleeds is her first attempt at directing for screen. Project manager for Grow Bed International between 2006 and 2014, project coordinator, Bochi Consultants, Resonance Productions 2002 till date, and project coordinator for Mude's production, Mude Z Mixed Media 2002 till date, festival coordinator, Schnitt International Short Film Festival 2012, project coordinator for MNU International 2017 till date. She co-authored the book Yinka Quadri, Scent of a Legend, his autobiography, also doubling as secretary to the committee of Yinka Quadri 30 Years on Stage. Positions of responsibility held: currently the General Secretary of the National Association of Nigerian Theatre Arts Practitioners, NANTAP, Lagos State Chapter, in position she has held at both national and state level. Having practiced for about 3 decades, Titilayo is a member of several associations. Among these are National Association of Nigerian Theatre Arts Practitioners, NANTAP, Association of Voice Over Artists, AUVA, Cora, Cora Ethereal Network, Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, and Directors Guild of Nigeria, DGN. Titilayo is a total theatre practitioner. She is married to Mrs. Afolabi Akombi M. Kaku and blessed with a son, Obadamilola Orebani. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you with honor because these accolades are massive. So thank you so much. I present to you Mrs. Titilayo Omowunmi Akinmoyo-Kaaku,
Thank you
FTA.
so much. I would like to ask, and as I ask this question, for those of you who might be listening in, maybe you take a few minutes to jot down your answers. Why are you here? Why are you listening to this topic, filmmaking for women, the challenges and prospects? What's in it for you? Why did you actually attend this event in the first place? So since I have one person in the house, I'd like that person to just tell me why filmmaking for women? Why do you want to look at the challenges and prospects? What do you hope to achieve?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, the whole idea behind this is to empower women because we have a lot of women with different stories, and it feels like the representation of women in various spheres, especially by the media, which is majorly
Yeah.
male dominated, doesn't really do justice to women's stories. So more women venturing into telling their own stories now. That's really the idea behind trying to get more women. See how, more women can get involved in, women in film.
Okay, that's brilliant because, like you say, we need to really tell our stories. It's just looking at the Nigerian situation itself. Who's telling our stories as Nigerians? A foreigner is telling my story. He's not living my life. He's just saying it maybe the way he met it or the way it was shown to him. And that's the same thing women face. Other people are telling our stories. We're not telling the stories. So that's one of the challenges we face in this industry. We need to tell our stories, which means we need to have more female writers. Filmmaking encompasses a lot. It starts from the entrepreneur, from the executive producer, to the director, down to the chain of command, which maybe is the production assistant, which maybe is the cleaners, which maybe is, you just name it. So, first and foremost, we need to determine why are we in the industry? Why am I a filmmaker? And then we need to find where we fit in. Not everybody has to be an actor. No. Not everybody has to be a director. Not everybody has to be a costumier. So, first and foremost, for the women, you need to find your niche. And in finding your niche, because that's the major challenge we face. Yes, I'm a fine girl. I have all the curves, but I might not be a good actor. You might end up being a good props person. You might end up being a good continuity person. So first and foremost, you must find your niche. You determine, not somebody else determines for you where you need to be. So you must determine where you need to be. Now, when you find where you need to be, we need to look at the challenges you're going to face. Like the first person said, it's a male dominated field. Most times you find women either in acting or welfare or costume. You hardly find women doing props. You hardly find women doing sets and location. There are a few, but the majority are men. DOPs, cameramen. It's cameramen. So the women just feel it has to be a man. Directors. How many directors do we have that are actually female? How many directors do we have? How many producers? The women are finding inroads into producing, but it is still not enough because it's like the men have dominated. And so, first and foremost, as women, we need to push ourselves. I want to be a producer. I need to push myself and say, yes, I want to be a producer. I want to take it over. I want to find my way through all the men and say, yes, women can also produce. Because what comes with produce is mostly managerial. You have the talent, first and foremost, but then you have to now train yourself. So we need to roll up our sleeves. We need to stop thinking that we cannot do it. You need to start thinking that you can. They say you cannot, you say you can, and then you start there. So you can do anything you want to do within the industry. There is none that is exclusive. They say what man can do, a woman can do it better. They say give a woman a child and she creates a country. And so we can do it. And so you must first say you can do it. Now you have found your way in filmmaking. You have decided what you want to do, who you want to be. And then the next thing is, how do you equip yourself? Because that's the challenge we also face. We do not equip ourselves. I studied theatre arts at the University of Port Harcourt. Does it end there? I have a BA in theatre arts. I move, I have a master's, and then I go for various trainings. Whether academically, whether as an apprentice, you need to train. You need to continuously improve your skills. Because if you don't continuously hone your skills, then you find yourself in trouble. You find yourself against competition, and then how do you fare? And so trainings are continuous, and there are various trainings. There are some trainings you can find online. You don't have to spend money. You can Google it, you can check the internet, you will find where you can do trainings, trainings to improve yourself. And then once you can have these trainings, and then you have started. They say there are not many, but there are so many places you can train. You must build yourself. That's a challenge women find. Another challenge, especially for our actors, is harassment. You have talent, but you don't know how to channel your talent. And so you find a male producer, a male director, he is there to say, babe, meet me in my hotel room. Babe, see me tonight. It's there. It's in every profession. You cannot run away from it. And so you must know that is one of the challenges you are going to face. But you must be ready to meet it headlong. And that's where training comes in. If you're properly trained, nobody can tell you what to do and what not to do. Nobody can tell you that you can act or you cannot act. Nobody can tell you whether you're going to have a lead role or you're going to have a minor role. You determine that by making sure that you are trained. So no producer will come tomorrow and tell you, see me in my hotel room. So harassment is the third thing that we face as women in the industry. Support. We don't get support. We have to struggle for support. Now, the men are not supporting you because they feel you're coming to dominate their industry. Your fellow women are not supporting you. So as women, we first need to support each other. I was having a conversation recently with a young lady who is into directing and acting. And she said she went somewhere and she was introduced to a female director, and she was told that they would want her to work with this person. And immediately the director saw her, she put her down. No, 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 I don't want this. No, no, I don't want that. I can't have this. I can't have that. Who are you training? This is a young lady who wants to learn. As a female in the industry, as a director, as an entrepreneur, who can you say, this is my prodigy as a female? You're not supposed to see your female, your, your fellow female as a competition. You're supposed to be the one to say, okay, come, let me nurture you, let me groom you. Because the men are not going to do it. The men want to take advantage. In as much as you know that there are some men who don't do that, but a lot of men actually want to take advantage. And so when you see a female like yourself, you encourage. When you see a female who wants to be something maybe you are not, you don't put her down. You support her, you encourage her. We need as females to encourage ourselves, but we do not. Most times as females, we knock ourselves down. It's like, why is she? Who is she? Must she be the one? No. So another challenge we face is support, both from the men and both from the women. And so we must know that as women in the industry, we need to support the younger ones coming up. We need to groom them. And those coming up should also be able to support the ones coming behind them and support the ones in front of you. Because even the ones in front of you, they really need help. They can't stand alone. So they need support of everybody, older, younger, mature, immature, experienced and immature. We need to support ourselves. Another challenge we face is marketing. That's one of the biggest problems. Female producers, even male producers, find it difficult to market. And so, like I said in the beginning, you must train yourself. You want to shoot a movie as a producer. Who is your target audience? First and foremost, who's going to watch your film? Who is the marketer or distributor you want to take it to? And you know that this film will see the light of day. What do you want to say in your film? That's your target audience. If you do not determine who your target audience is, then you have a problem in marketing your film. Because marketing itself is a challenge. There are so many people who have films. There's so many people who have TV series. There's so many people who have everything out there. But who are they going to market? Who are they going to sell? So you must realize that that is a big challenge. And so you must determine who your market is, especially for the married ones, for those who have patients, parents, your extended family. You're a fine girl, you're an actress, but you're married. And they tell you to come and play the role to somebody whose wife you're supposed to be. And you might have in maybe some sexual scenes, maybe some kissing scenes. And immediately that film comes out. Even if your husband doesn't talk, the family is there waiting to say, ha! She's promiscuous, she's this, she's that. So you must be ready to face the home front. And in facing the home front, it determines what you're going to do. For you to be the best at what you do, you must give your best. You're an actress, you must give your best. You're a director, you must give your best. Forget the issue of it's only an actress that they say does is promiscuous. They say for a woman to climb up, she must be promiscuous, she must slip her way to the top. But you don't need to slip her way to the top if you're properly trained. If you know your onions, you don't need to, even as an actress. And so that is another challenge you face from the home front. And there is nowhere, especially in Nigeria, that everybody has the notion that everybody in the entertainment industry is promiscuous. You will face it. And like I said, you might not face it from your immediate family, it might be from your extended family. So you must be ready to face that challenge. And if you don't face it squarely, it could knock you out. And like, how do I say you face it? You must be equipped. You must be able to stand your ground, know what you are doing, and be able to face them at home and say, this is my profession. It's a job. And I must do it well, because if I don't do it well as a job, I don't get paid. The same way a nurse will go to work, the same way a lawyer will go to her chambers, the same way a doctor will go to the hospital, the same way a banker will market. I also have to do my job, and I face it squarely. And so challenges: male domination, training, harassment, support, marketing. One of the biggest challenges is funding. Funding for anything you want to do, even if you want to go for training, you need funding. And so you must source for it. There are many opportunities which I will discuss in the prospects, but funding has always been a major challenge. Even as an actor, funding. You want to go for an audition, you don't have transport, you need money. As a props person, you need to have certain equipment. As a costumier, as a DOP, you need to train yourself. So funding comes in. So funding too is a major challenge. But there are ways to overcome these challenges. Unfortunately, I don't have participants right now. But what I will ask you is, I've listed 6. As women, what are the other challenges you think you face? If you were able to talk to me now, I would have maybe said, let's discuss them. But you're not here. But take a pen and paper and write down some of the other challenges you think you face. Unfortunately, I think there's a feedback session for this festival. All you need to do is send them in, and they can be discussed. And maybe we can proffer solutions to those challenges. Because we all face challenges one way or the other. As women, for the fact that you are a woman, you will face a challenge. Whether you're beautiful, whether you're intelligent. Another thing is intelligent women. If you're an intelligent woman, they want to put you down. But your intelligence should be your accent. It should be your asset. It should be something you use to climb. It should be something you use to get you to the top. Anybody can do what I'm doing right now. How do you do it? You do research. You must be knowledgeable in your art. Because when you're knowledgeable, then you know how to face whatever is coming your way. And there are enough sites, there are enough research materials you can do. All you need to do is face it. So, my people, I've given you a few challenges that we face. But as women, we need to stand up and say, I will do this. I want to do this. And then by saying you want to do it, you also want to do it the proper way. You do not want to start going behind because you see, for those of us, and I use the word us because I'm a woman, for those of us who have, in quotes, slept their way to the top, have not been able to maintain it. Go through it, check. But for those who have had training, have stood their grounds to say, I'm a professional and I want them to be treated as such, they find their way to the top and they maintain it. They don't fall by the wayside. So in order for you to face those challenges, you must know what they are. Once you know what your problems are, then there is a solution. And like I said, some of the solutions are simple. Trainings. Go for trainings, equip yourself, stand your ground. Be able to say, I am this and I want to maintain it. Now let's look at the prospects. What are the prospects of this industry? This industry is large. I've been in this industry since the 90s, professionally. Like I said, I have a master's in theater arts. I've also done a lot of film courses. I'm a producer today. I produce for people. I produced 2 movies, 2 experimental movies. I spent money, but they were experimental. I'm a director. I've directed music videos. I've directed home videos. I've directed children. I've directed so much. I have not directed as much as I would have liked because as a woman, it's still not so easy. But I have stood my ground to make sure that the ones I have done, I've been able to do them. I'm a production manager. There you can Google my name and you'll see my name in a lot of places. I'm a PM. It's not easy for a production manager, especially when you're a woman. But I have been firm, and that's one thing that has helped me. One, I have been firm. One, I have been professional. Because you must be professional. If you're professional, they will respect you. You stand your ground. This is how it is done, and that is how you will do it. And so you must be professional. If you want to cut corners, you will come against stumbling blocks. Because once you cut corner here, before you know, your name has gone around, and so everybody knows. And so it's a problem for you. So you must be able to stand your ground. Somehow, right now, I'm on a set for a stage job. It's stage performance. You know? And I have been able to say, this is what a PM should be. And I'm working with both senior colleagues and younger colleagues. And to God be the glory, like we'll say, I have earned that respect. So whatever you do, whatever area you decide to come into in film, you must first understand those areas, understand what makes them work. As an actor, discipline, punctuality, hard work, research, and it goes for everything you want to do. I could list women who are entrepreneurs today. We have filmmakers in Nigeria. Today, when we want to talk of entrepreneurs, we talk of Mo Abudu. We talk of Bolanle Austin Peters. They have done a lot. They have stood their grounds and said, this is where they want to be. And they're there. You have the Joker Silvers of this world. You had, though she left the industry, the Liz Bensons of this world. You have the Bean Tollers of this world. You have the Lillian Amas of this world. You have the Patience Ozokos of this world. They didn't just do it in one day. It took hard work. They are female, and they have gotten to the top, and they have maintained it. We have had stars who have come and gone, but the stars are those who have maintained it. And how have they maintained it? Because they faced those challenges headlong, and they faced those challenges by standing their ground. Pat Immobile is a director, and she's one of the female directors we have. We don't have a lot of them around. The Directors Guild of Nigeria early this year inaugurated or inducted their new members. I think out of about 50 or 60, Maybe five were women. I was one of them, so I saw it, and I'm not like, where are the females? Like as we said, we need to tell our stories. How are we going to tell our stories? We have to tell these stories. And so more women need to come in. It's hard work, but more women need to come in. Now, what are the prospects of this industry? The industry is large, and there are prospects. Unlike before, today, there are so many opportunities for training. Before, you only had maybe the universities, which were more of doing theater arts. Now, most of the universities in Nigeria are doing theater and media or theater and film studies. So there is opportunity. We also have film schools. PEFT is one, Lufodo is another. Amaka Igwe used to have a school, but I think due to her death, that school is no more there. So there are so many film schools that you can also go and get training. Those will help you. Online, there are online trainings. There are online festivals where you attend workshops like this. There are master classes. There are classes for beginners. And like I said, you don't have to spend so much money. Because a lot of people say, oh, I don't have the money, I don't have the money. It's not money. Some of you will watch this today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, and you watch others that have been presented, and you will learn from it. So it's not funding most times, it is time. You need to say, I want to do it. You have the talent, but you don't have the training. And so you must key into those opportunities that we have, both offline and online. Other prospects include funding. There was a time that in funding of film, it was cutthroat. Today, I make bold to say that there are so many avenues for funding. If you walk into any bank in Nigeria today, you have desks for women. You have desks for filmmaking, and then you have a special desk within there for just women. I don't want to start mentioning banks, or I could give you names of banks, but there are some banks that right now they are giving funds to women, loans, grants. Basically, you must have an account with them, and you must at least run your account for 6 months. Why don't we get access to these funds? Documentation, which I will come to in a moment. Also, apart from banks, BOI is a major funder. They fund females, they fund everybody, but a lot are for females. Apart from this, there are so many grants. If you go online and Google grants for women in filmmaking, grants for women who want to train, there are so many grants online. I have about 100 various grants that have been given to women at different points in time. Some run for 3 years, some for 2 years, some for a year. So there are various grants on ground that you can access. Loans abound. Even you yourself, you can save your money, you can meet family, but there is always funding. But you don't need to also start big. You could also start small. As a producer, as a director, as a production manager, as an entrepreneur, you can start with short films. You can start with a YouTube channel and be dropping little sketches on. And that will help you to learn the ropes. You can start directing short sketches. You can start producing. You can start providing props. You can start with being a cameraman or woman, as the case may be. So it's not that you must do a major film or a major TV series or a major TV magazine program. You can never start from radio. It's as little as that. But the point is you must start. Now, accessing these grants, these loans, these funds, they're everywhere. Recently, Netflix brought up a scheme to give relief to COVID. Um, Staff, junior staffs, from the assistant director down. So if you own a company as a director, a producer, you can access these funds. Now, they sent out the forms online, people filled it, put their staff, put family members, they put a lot of things there. And so when it came for the time for Netflix, and I said, okay, let's get in touch with these people. And I'll send them a form and said, okay, please fill this form, give us your feedback. Name, BVN, bank details, and then got to the point of documentation. What was this documentation? Proof, evidence to show that you have worked with that company in the last 3 years. We do not sign contract forms, which is a problem a lot of us have. We feel that contract forms are bad. We feel that contract forms is to tie us in. So a lot of the people who would have benefited from that grant, it was a grant. It wasn't a loan. It was a grant to assist during the COVID period. Most of the people who were supposed to benefit did not because they didn't have proper documentation. There was no bank statements to show that they collected money. There was no contract form signed between them and the producers. And so a lot of people lost out on that opportunity. Documentation is important. There are prospects, but how do we key into these prospects? Proper documentation, written documentation, your bank statements to show that I was paid by this company, and it has to be the name of the company, not the individual. My name is Titilayo Omowunmi Akinmoyo-Kaaku. My company is Titazek. If I pay you with my name, it doesn't hold sway. But if I pay you with my company name, then you have documentation. And so we must learn proper documentation. We must learn that for every job we decide to do, we sign a contract because those contracts will help us to access grants and funds tomorrow. Proposals. How many of us know how to write a proposal? Yes, the prospects are bound, but keying in is the problem. You must know how to write a proposal. And if you can't write a proposal, you must get somebody who knows how to write a proposal for you. Because for you to access funds, you must know. You must submit a proposal. You approach a bank, oh, I need 100,000, I need 500,000, I need 5 million to do a job. And they will ask, okay, you need this money, let's have your proposal. And then you sketchily write something down and you submit. No, you must have a proper proposal. A breakdown of how you intend to achieve the job, a breakdown of what you want to use the money for. A realistic one. Your marketing plan. How do you intend to recoup the money back? Because most times it might be a loan. So how do you intend to get the money back? All these things must be properly documented. So you must have a proper proposal. Even for a grant, for you to get free money is not evil. For you to get free money, it's not easy. So the documentation must be on point. Documents that you had 3-5 years ago that you've thrown away thinking it's not needed, it is still needed. You never know where it is needed. And a prospect, which is just in front of us, is partnerships. We can come together to work. You have strength as an actor, I have strength as a director, you are a good costumier. It's partnership. You come together. Abroad, that's what they do. Most companies don't stand alone to say, I want to do a job. They come together and say, let's come together. One, it eases the burden on one person. Two, it spreads out the money. Three, even the losses, profits and loss, is shared. So basically, you always have the opportunity to work at every point in time. So partnership is important. So women need to stand by each other. You need to work together because we own the future. We own the future. So as another a prospect is important, you must learn partnership. You must learn how to work together. You must learn how to work together. I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually in a rehearsal right now. And that's why you're hearing some noise at the background. So you must learn to work together. 2, 3, 4, 5 women can come together. You pull your resources together. So that even by the time you're going out to look for extra money, whatever you want to get is minimal. Because you've come together to work. And don't forget, you also have your skills. So money is one thing, skills are another thing. At the end of the day, you have a budget of 10 million or 20 million. By the time you look at what you're paying yourself and bringing on your own, your budget has dropped. Even though you have budgeted for it, but it helps you so that what you're looking for becomes less. So partnership is a very, very important prospect that we do not understand. Most importantly, again, is our dignity. As women, we must have dignity. In going out for this prospect, you must know who you are. You must maintain your dignity. You're a woman, and a woman is a woman. So our prospects, like I've said, include training, which are abound, funding, which you can find everywhere, and partnership. The industry is large, and we can always find our niche somewhere. If you list, if you go and check the list of crew members alone, a film can have as much as 100 crew members, 100 minimum. And so why won't you be able to find somewhere? Why won't you be able to fit in somewhere? You don't fit in because you don't have the training. You don't fit in because you don't know what you're doing. At times you're even given the job as a woman and you do not know your head from your tail. And by the time you're going for the next job, somebody is already there saying, no, don't use this person. In Asabi, in quote, she doesn't know the job. So you must know what you are doing. So the prospect in this industry is large. Nobody needs to block anybody. Everybody will always find its space. If you go abroad, you have low budget films, you have high budget films. We don't need to do the 30, 40 million naira films. You can do a film of 2 million, 1 million. You can do a short film. You can come together and do it, and you will still get across the message you want to do in a big film. But you have to start small. You have to start from somewhere, not up there. The sky is the limit, but if you start from up there, you will crash. But if you start gradually, you will build it. My favorite saying is, if you build it, they will come. So you have to start by building yourself. And once you build yourself, you will know. And by building yourself, you know your challenges. You study the industry, you know the challenges in the industry. Then you can know the prospects, and then you will know how to handle those challenges. At this point, I would love to ask my participants. I've said so much, I had to say everything because I didn't have people to talk with. I would have liked it to be a question and answer session. I prefer interactive than me just rambling on thinking I'm communicating. But unfortunately, I don't have that luxury right now. So I would like to just ask the few people I have in their house, what challenges have you been facing? And how have you been able to overcome those challenges? And then if there's something I've said that you also want me to shed more light on, the floor is open. I think you can just make your comments and then we move forward from there.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma. It's been really, really educative and informative, and I wasn't expecting anything less. Okay, so starting from some of the challenges, um, I think one of the major challenges down here, I'm speaking as a Nigerian now. So, one of the challenges that I don't know if it's common for even the male filmmakers, but majorly for even a female, there is
Yeah.
that notion that film is not a serious business. Like when you talk about film now, everyone seems to think everyone has a smartphone now, especially because this is a mobile filmmaking festival. Most people now think this is not a serious business, right? Because everyone seems to be making TikTok videos and the rest. So how does a female filmmaker stand out with mobile filmmaking? She's just trying to stand out. She's just trying to start out. Maybe she has stories to tell and she believes she can do that now. knowing that she has a mobile device, a tool that can actually tell stories. Where does she start from? How does she convince people that she's serious? It's a serious thing.
Okay. Recently we had a conversation on this, and I think my language was, in quote, every idiot is now on social media and thinks they know. That was my statement. You want to go online first, like I said, what do you want to do? You must determine, am I going to just be a jester like every other person? Do I want to be serious? Do I have a story to tell? First. Then you do your research. Because you already know that every Tom, Dick, and Harry is online. Everybody will sit in his bathroom or his kitchen and just record something and boom, they're on social media. So you must first and foremost determine what you want to do. Who is your target audience? What do you want to say? And then have your own niche, have your own identity. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to lie to you because, like I said, there's everybody out there. But by the time you determine what you want to do, then you now sit down and then you go online and see what is online too. That's research. See what is online. See what people are watching. See what people are listening to. See what people are interested in. And then you up your game. You don't do the same thing because there's nothing new under the sun. We're all doing the same thing. But we up our game. We bring in our own style into whatever we want to do. Now, marketing is important because you just drop it online and it's like it's just there. You need to promote what you have. And where do you start from? You start from your immediate family. You start from your immediate network online. And that's why I said you must know what you're bringing out. You must know what the people want. Don't do it for doing sake, but do it because you want to propagate a message. It might be difficult in the beginning. You might start, people might not be interested, but you must be in their faces. You must continue. You don't get discouraged. You don't do the first one, second one, nobody's saying, no. Mm-mm. You continue because sooner or later, people realize that yes, you are in their faces and they say this person has a message. Because even within whatever people watch, they still look out for that message. People laugh, they laugh at everything. But they will still say, I got something from that message. I got something from that short skit. I got something from that video. So you must determine what you want to give out. And then you start. You have smartphones. That's the easiest. Start small. Nothing too elaborate. If it's drama you want to do, make it a 2 or 3 man drama. If it's just you alone, make it interesting. But please talk sense. Because these things are there for posterity. They don't go away. They'll be there for life. So if you think you're just rushing to do it, and no, tomorrow it could come back to haunt you. So you determine what you want. You now start putting it into practice, but you must research. Online, mobile is your domain. So you must know everything about how it's done online. And once you now know that, then you now say, okay, I'm ready. And then you start, like I said, from your immediate social networks. Because those are the ones that will push you. I have a friend, my friend has a friend, my friend's friend has a friend, and that's how it goes. Now I am one. I sent 100. 100 gets it to 1,000. 1,000 gets it to 10,000. 10,000 gets it to 100,000. But they will only watch your content if it's interesting. They will only watch your content if it tickles their fancy. And so do your research properly. And before you know it, you are moving. But if you just think I'm going to dump anything out there, I'm going to just carry my phone and do anything, the same way you do anything is how everybody will accept your anything. So do your research. Everybody's doing slapstick comedy, change yours from slapstick comedy. Everybody is doing drama, Find how your own drama will interest anybody. And then make sure your name is catchy. You must have a catchy name. I don't want to promote anybody, but if you sit back and you look at the things that you watch online, there are some names that once you just hear them, I want to watch this. Even from the title, you're able to say, this one will make sense. So that is how you go about it. And before you know it, you will get to where you want to go to. But you have to research. Don't think social media is anyhow. We have had anyhow on social media, and we have had anyhow fallout of social media. It's that simple. You're in and you're out. It's as simple as that. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
for your
ma'am.
question. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so um, any last words for those who might catch up later? Maybe
Okay.
how they reach you, or they might
Oh,
want to connect with you or something.
okay. From my CV, you'll see I'm a producer, director, production manager. I act. And for me, like anybody that comes to meet me, I always tell them, okay, what do you want to do? Oh, I want to be an actor. Oh, I want to be this. Have you trained? Go for training. That's my first word. So my first word to you, even if you have been practicing, continuous training is important. You don't know it all. I don't know it all. By the time I got this topic and I said, okay, let me handle it, I found new things I did not even know. There were new things on the block. So you must continuously update yourself. You must continuously train yourself. If you want to last in this industry, that is the secret. Go and research. I gave you a list of some women. Go and research. That's what they do. They're always researching. They're always improving themselves. They're always improving their skills. And then wherever you find yourself, it's a learning process. Yes, I'm the director of this job, but you don't know what you're going to learn, even from the actor, even from the props person, even from the continuity. So always have an open mind that you are going to learn. And you will learn and you will keep on improving. And the sky will not just be your limit, the sky will be your beginning. I'm on social media, yeah, but I hide away from social media. I can give you my WhatsApp, my phone number, which is 08020579318. 08020579318. You could also check out NANTA, the National Association of Nigerian Theatre Arts Practitioners. We operate from the National Theatre, and you can also find members who will also help you one way or the other. Also, you can get me my, should I say my email is titarzek, TITARZEECK at gmail.com. You could also send me a message and I will always respond. The phone number is also my WhatsApp number. You could also get me on that too. And like I will also advise you, join an association. An association is not just for networking, it's also for training, it's also for you to know what's happening at every point in time within the industry. Thank you.
I'm going to hand over to Eunice. Eunice is our official MC for this program. So over to you, Eunice.
My name is Eunice
Okay,
Versatile. Sorry,
versatile.
I'm at school. I'm at school. So, ma'am, we want to say on behalf of the team of African Women Mobile International Film Festival, we want to say a big thank you for taking out time to elaborate more and very detailed on filmmaking for women, challenges and prospects. We thank you so, so much for outlining these important information. Personally, I would say I encounter challenges in the course of my delivery on social media because I do some talk shows on social media, and I am still trying out my hands on various social media platforms. TikTok is the latest for me, and I love how easy it has been. So I think I'm going to really grasp on TikTok more because it allows easy visibility. You even earn money while you stay longer on the site and all that. So I'm still learning and fiddling my hands around it, but all the same, I know that we'll only get better. So thank you so so much, Max. Thank you for your time. And I would also love to appeal, if it's okay with you, for us to share your detail as you have shared with us on here. But if you don't mind, we could share it on the platform, on the Telegram
No problem.
platform, which is our platform for network. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And just keep at it. Just keep at it. The more you do it, the better you get, you know. And then I'm sure you have role models, you know. So
Yes.
watch other people. Yeah, watch other people. You know,
Yes.
you watch what they do and make it yours.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I'm seeing Oprah Winfrey, but that's not Oprah Winfrey. I'm seeing Fumi
Mm-hmm.
on that. You make
Yeah.
it yours, and before you know, you're growing. And that goes for everybody too. That makes
Yeah.
life sweeter and better. Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you.